Hey, T.O.? This is 58 minutes ago, but Kyle on Twitter, when you said Madam Web is a top 3 Marvel movie ever,
Sure.
Kyle on Twitter says, Tommy must have only seen 2 Marvel movies if Madam Web is in his top 3.
Brilliant.
That's sad. It's actually
You like
really
what you
good.
like,
Yeah,
bud.
you like what you like.
You like what you like.
I'm
I
sorry.
think we're floored that you like it, but that's great. You can like it.
Yeah, you like it.
Thank you. Zootopia 2 is coming out in 2025.
You know what looks kind of good is If. I like that. It looks
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I would've
Well,
seen
I
that
love
too.
everyone in it.
Yeah, I know what I'm saying.
There's a Rotten Tomatoes score for it.
For which
On
one?
If?
Yeah.
Aw.
What would you guess?
Well, you're saying
You're
it like
saying it
it's
bad,
not
huh?
well reviewed based on your tone.
Just what do you guess?
60.
94.
Dang it, Corey, you're good at this. 58.
58?
Oh, great number.
Yeah, but the kids will
Your
love it.
tone tipped it off, though, that it
but
was going to be
that's-
slightly disappointing.
I'm not good at things.
Hogs Daddy,
Yes, sir.
Blake Lively, or her husband, Ryan Reynolds?
Easy.
How much?
Just who you like better.
Well, I mean, Blake Lively?
Wrong answer.
Let's do the news.
No, he's the coolest human being to ever walk this earth.
I agree with you 100%.
I don't think there's anyone cooler. Him or Justin Timberlake. I love them both.
Yeah, what about the baby goose? Oh!
No, I mean, looks, he's phenomenal looking, but just cool, overall coolness. If you had to switch places with a dude, wouldn't you say Ryan Reynolds is up there?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's
no
got to
doubt,
be an
no doubt.
actor, no sports, because that's so much work. Like, actors are sick.
Switch places with any actor.
Like,
Sauce,
Vince
you have
Vaughn
one?
would be sick.
Switch place with any actor? It's a very good question.
Johnny Sins.
I don't want to take Hawk's answer.
Vince Vaughn would be cool. Wedding Crashers,
yeah.
Rudy, he's in some good
Yeah.
ones.
Yeah, but he's, you know.
He's in Curb, man.
Yeah.
What about Leo?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
What about Clooney?
Yeah, it'd be Clooney.
Yeah.
What about
Yeah.
Adam West back in the Batman days?
Yeah.
Clooney,
Denzel.
Clooney, yeah, Denzel's. Clooney would be good because you get unlimited Casamigos. That'd
Whoa.
be sick.
Yes.
What,
Yes,
yeah,
it
what
would.
about Burt Ward? Let's go back. Ben's
Yeah.
onto something. Max is
about-
onto something. Let's go back.
What about
What about?
Burgess Meredith?
yeah,
What about
Frank
Walter
Gorshin?
Matthau, the ugliest man of all time?
Frank Sinatra would have been lit.
Yeah.
That'd been lit.
Anybody in that group, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, not Sammy.
Yeah, good point.
I don't know. It'd be cool, wouldn't it? Just for a day. See what it's like.
better
Yeah,
than this.
sure.
I'd rather be a rock star.
Who?
Sure,
Hello.
Roger Daughtry, why not?
Brilliant.
Well, that's why. God, I hate to do this.
What?
Give her hell.
I mean, Leto's living the life.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but you
Gets the
hate
best
him,
of-
Yeah,
don't
but you
you?
hate, yeah, you don't like
I don't-
Leto sucks.
Yeah, Leto
Come
sucks, but
on.
still, but he's living the best
He
of
was
both
in Fight
worlds,
Club,
right?
for God's
He's in a
sakes.
whole bunch of great movies, and he's a good actor when he's not the Joker. That sucked.
Hawk loved
And he's
it.
in a rock band that's successful.
Yeah.
He gets to live both.
Yeah, man. He's
Harry,
living the
Harry
dream.
Styles would be good, too.
Yeah. He's dipping his toes in the old acting waters as well.
Yeah.
If you got
Keanu
to, here's
Reeves.
one. If you got
And
to
he's
choose,
getting more on to Tommy's side.
would you rather be a rock star on the level of Bruce Springsteen or an actor on the level of Robert De Niro?
I'd rather be the rock star.
I'd
Me
rather
too,
be
by a mile and a
the
half.
boss.
Rockstar, right?
Nah,
Yeah.
I'd rather be
Really? No kidding. Why?
yeah. Schedule. I don't know.
I bet.
No,
I
I
don't
think
know.
there's
I don't know if I
more
wanna-
work.
I don't know if I want to be on the road every other night, every
you
night,
will.
doing all that. I don't know. I want to enjoy my success.
Hogs Daddy, do you think there's
It's
more work?
Clooney.
I think there's more work being an actor.
I
You
think
gotta
actor would be
memorize all that
harder.
Stuff.
Yeah,
I
all
think
you
so,
got to
It's
too.
Clooney.
You go on
'Cause you
stage
get-
and you get to sing and pretend you're who you always wanted to be.
You could be hammered, just have them play the music behind you one night.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
gotta
but you gotta
remember
be
lines.
on like every single day. I think as an actor, don't you get more? Even when you're on set, you're like, yeah, I'm shooting today and tomorrow, and then I got like 3 days in my trailer.
Well, I will say this: actors are. I would think actors are way more spoiled than rock stars. Wouldn't you agree? Like,
Yeah, I would agree with
every
that, yeah.
single thing in their life is taken care of.
Yes.
Well, what
Yeah.
about T Swift? She's got everything taken care of for her, right?
Well, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It's Clooney because of that home he has.
in Lake whatever or over.
Como.
Yeah.
Oh, geez,
Yeah.
Louise, dude, be
It's-
cool.
Lake Como is sweet.
Have you been?
Yeah, it's
Is
incredible.
that an adjacent lake to Lake? No. Okay.
$100 million home.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's sweet.
Yep. Yeah, I bet it is. Good for him.
Yeah, man.
That's the answer.
What about The Rock?
and the tequila?
What about Ben's guy, The Rock?
Yeah, but if you switch with Clooney, what is he, 60 something?
Yeah, that's fine. He's handsome.
Benny, your
Rock
guy?
is not really my guy. I like him, but he's a fraud.
No, I said that because I've
How about
gone on
LeBron
rants
James?
about hating him.
Oh, that fraud too?
No, Russell.
George Russell?
Oh, Russell Westbrook.
Russell Brand?
Russell Westbrook?
Russell Westbrook.
Hey, Tom,
Russell
Geez,
Wilson?
Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Let's keep touching him.
Yeah, Tommy just wants to keep touching.
All right, Chris, let's do the news with
Okay.
Christopher Allen Hockey.
Okay.
Oh, thanks.
This is KFAN News with Chris Hockey, presented by the St. Paul Saints.
I saw the Saints yesterday on the old Twin Cities Live, and I caught that segment as well. You guys were doing the live check-ins with the St.
With
Paul
Kristen,
Saints.
yeah.
Yep, and they were talking about Getty Watanabe.
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Going to be on
Getty's
your
gonna-
show
yeah.
tomorrow, and he's going to be at the Saints Stadium as well. They were talking about all these promotions. I'm like, somebody please mention the Power Trip and Weekend at Bernie's.
Right.
And then it didn't happen.
Yep, 40 candles for 40 years of John Hughes movies, a celebration of 80s movies with an appearance from Getty Watanabe, who played Long Duck Dong in 16 Candles. That's tomorrow, May 17th, CHS Field. And then the next day, on May 18th, Royce Lewis bobblehead giveaway, number 2 on his Saints jersey, but number 1 in our hearts. Lots going on in CHS Field.
So Long Duck Dong is going to be on Twin Cities Live the day that you're off.
Yeah, I know.
You don't get to
I
meet him.
know.
That sucks.
I know.
SaintsBaseball.com.
He was supposed to play initials tomorrow, but we're in Duluth.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to be on Twin Cities Live tomorrow, and you're not going to be there. So none of us are going to meet him.
Boy, he would have had a long day.
Would have had a long day. Long Duck Dong day.
Long Duck Dong day.
Yep. Well,
Man.
whatever.
You know, our guy, Derek over at the Saints said we need to put our heads together, and anybody we want to get, he'll try to
And
bring him in, Ben.
who was-
So 2 for 1. If we bring him in for our show, we bring him in for your show, too. You know what I mean?
Who was
Yeah,
the
so
lady
let's
you
get Ryan Reynolds
suggested,
in.
Hawk?
The lady from Weird Science.
Yeah.
What the hell's her name? Oh, and
Oh, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I already put the request in for Christy Canyon.
Yeah. Is she still with us?
Is Christy Brinkley alive?
Sure. Yeah, I
Yes and
think
yes.
so.
Man.
The
Hawk was-
Mirage.
Never.
The Mirage is officially closing July 17th. The iconic hotel and casino in Las Vegas will be replaced with a new Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, complete with a 700-foot tall guitar-shaped hotel tower, like the one in Florida, Ben, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Hard Rock International, which announced a rebrand of the resort in early 2022, says the transformation and renovation will create 2,500 construction jobs. It also says once the work is complete, the resort will have double the number of jobs it has now. But the Mirage not being on the strip is going to be weird.
Yeah, super.
Where is it?
The Mirage?
Right at the corner.
Great slots.
It's
Hawk.
across essentially from Venetian, give or take. It's
Yeah.
it's right next to Treasure Island on that side of the strip.
Yeah.
It's the one with the giant volcano.
It's where
and
Beatles
to be honest,
love is.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and that's the part that sucks the most. I don't know what the plan is for the volcano area, but that's a lot of property that they could do something
Yeah.
with. Maybe that's where the guitar is going. But that's one of those things that the first couple times you go to Vegas and that volcano show goes off and the fire comes out of the volcano.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. You're like, this is pretty sweet.
Well, Cor,
this is Vegas.
I probably said it poorly, but the guitar, the one we're talking about, the one in Vegas, or I should say in Florida in particular, that's the hotel. The
Yeah,
actual
the
hotel
rooms are in that guitar,
is a
right?
giant
Oh,
guitar.
really?
Yeah, it's a giant building shaped like a guitar. It's pretty sweet.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, man.
I didn't
know.
realize that the Hard Rock was still like a thing that people will go and see and stay.
I love them. I try to go to one in every city I go to.
Is that
And
right?
the Hard Rock that was in Vegas is now
That's
is
the
that
Virgin.
bit?
That's
yeah.
Off
Yeah.
the strip?
And
that
it's
one?
By
it's
the
off
way,
it's off the strip, and
false
again, it's a
advertising.
long ass walk.
Yeah.
And it's not worth going to unless you're going there for concerts.
Right.
So
Like a rock.
the Hard Rock was in Vegas for a long time.
Yeah.
Now it's back, just replacing the Mirage.
Yeah, I walked to the Hard Rock Casino one time. Mistake.
Yep.
Ooh, that's
Same.
far.
Were you
was
just going
so
to walk
far.
by and wave?
Yeah, I was just looking to see what it looked like. I like to see guitars.
Yeah, you weren't going to gamble.
By the way, Hard Rock International will pay about $80 million in severance packages to Mirage employees who stay on the job during renovations.
Wow.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's a giant investment.
That's a lot of money. But they're going to, I think they're planning on making a few bucks. That'll be cool. You wait and see, man. I'm going to say, what is it? It's 2024. By 2034, you guys will still be alive. Just that giant guitar will be like a thing on the strip that you couldn't picture the strip without.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it
Yeah.
goes, right?
The Mirage is also one of those casinos that, as Corey said, like the thing you see outside, and you're like, all right, cool. Then you go in, it's super outdated.
I like it. I like it,
Super
though. I
outdated.
like
Yeah,
those
the
old
kind of
feels.
atrium
Yeah,
space
It's
where
really
it's
outdated.
yeah. Those are the kind of spots. Well, back in the day when it had the White Tigers, it was fantastic, right?
Yeah, remember that?
Yeah.
That was
but,
where dude got eat, right?
they
Siegfried and Roy.
Yeah.
they got good slot machines there, though, Hawks.
Yeah, of course they do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you guys been to Fountain Blue yet out there?
No.
Is it open?
Yeah,
it's open.
yeah, it was up when we were there, dude.
A Fontaine Bleu, as Zach once famously said.
Yeah.
Well,
And he passed away.
I'm out there in about 3.5 weeks. I don't think I'm going to walk down to Fontaine Bleu, but you
Take
never
a
know.
walk.
You have plenty of time, dude.
I
I
heard
will
their
have a lot of
workout
time.
and their spa area is like ridiculous.
What? It's what? Who's doing that?
What happened? I didn't hear him.
Who's going to the workout area?
Why
And
wouldn't
the
you?
spa?
Ben does.
Everybody does.
Everybody
Come on,
should.
that's what you do on
Yeah,
vacation.
you might want to do it yourself.
There's nothing better.
The only
I
thing,
put
the
myself
only thing
up
even
with that.
close to exercise I do in Vegas is grab a coffee and go for the old morning walk. I'm not
What
working
about playing the
out.
Yergacher?
Yeah, what about skiing?
I'm not going to work out in Vegas.
What
Why
about
did I
your
travel?
downhill skiing adventures?
Okay, maybe not in Vegas. You'll work out in Vegas.
I work out in
Tom's.
Vegas,
Yeah. I won't. I'm not going to work out in Vegas. I'm too hungover.
Yeah. Just walk.
But I'm like
think
family
Swab
vacation.
does.
That's the best.
Plus, but Vegas, if you're not sitting
Swab
at a
does.
table all day, you're getting 20,000 steps anyway, right? Eat whatever you want. You're
That
walking
is
it
the
off.
best, man.
Yeah.
That is
Even
the
I
best.
do that.
You remember when we went to Chick-fil-A this time, Sauce?
Yeah, Daddy.
And I got some food, and then you and Dov and his beloved came over, and then you came over as well. And you went up and ordered some food, and we stood there for like 20 minutes waiting on your food, and then you finally told us that you didn't order food.
And all I got was a drink. Yeah, I was thirsty. Yeah,
Well,
I just
why
wanted
are
a
we
lemonade,
standing
and we
here?
just stood there, and
For
everybody's
like
like,
20 minutes.
"Did they lose your order?" I'm like, "I didn't order anything." And we
So
kept
everyone
going.
was waiting for your food.
We just standing there.
Which is odd because they just assume I'm eating, which is
Wonder
fine.
why?
Yeah, no, I'm fine with that. I like eating. And then
Obvi.
they, okay. And then they were like, "You didn't get anything?" I'm like, "Just a lemonade," and we kept walking.
That's how he said it, too.
Yep.
Just a lemonade.
And I scratched that, Bob.
Have you guys been to that new, it's the new food court? It is really nice.
Oh, dude, I love that place. You're talking about,
In Vegas.
yeah,
Which food court, though?
It's, I don't know.
is it inside a hotel?
It's kind of like when you're walking, it's on the opposite side of Planet Hollywood, and you go past.
Are you talking about the one that's across the street from like T-Mobile in New York? It's like that. It's like the what is it? Park MGM? No.
Yeah, well, I
it might be
think-
right outside of Park MGM.
I'm thinking of a
Is
different
that the one
one,
you're
yeah.
talking about?
It's like by Tom's Watch Bar. And then
Exactly.
It's like
Yeah, okay,
right
yeah,
there.
that's
across
Oh,
the
yeah,
street
yeah.
from Tom's Watch
It's
Bar.
sick. Super nice.
Yeah, no chain restaurants
No,
there.
bougie.
It's all bougie stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Yep. I know what you're talking about.
Cool area.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
Happy Gilmore. They're doing it. Netflix has confirmed Happy Gilmore 2 is happening.
Good.
Adam Sandler will return as Happy in the sequel to the 1996 golf comedy. Holy moly, that's a long time ago. The possibility of a second Happy Gilmore film has been teased by Sandler and others in the past couple of months. The original movie brought in $40 million at the global box office. I hope they do a good job.
Yeah. Do we know, is Happy's grandma still with us?
I do not believe she
I
is.
don't think so.
Well, you think Stiller will come back?
Yeah, I
Oh, I bet. I wouldn't
bet you
doubt
he
it.
does, yeah.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
doubt that.
Such a good bit.
I think our guy Swartzen yesterday or a couple
I saw
days
his
ago
Instagram,
teased
right?
it and then was like, "Whoops, wasn't supposed to do that."
Oh,
I
is
think
that
they're
right?
on set already. Yeah, yeah. And then he ripped Rose.
Is it going to go on just straight to Netflix? Did you
Yes.
say that?
That's a
Okay.
Netflix deal, which I'm a little surprised by, but whatever.
What
I know
about
he's got that giant deal with Netflix,
Yeah.
but I still thought this was maybe going to be a theatrical release, but it looks like it's straight to Netflix.
I was going to wait for later, but since we're talking about Netflix anyway, what do you think about Christmas Day broadcast of NFL games on Netflix, Ben?
Is that what they're doing?
Oh, you
Yep,
didn't
next
hear that?
3 years.
Yeah, next 3 years. They're both the Christmas Day games are only on Netflix.
And it's a minimum of one a year, but this year it's two.
I
It's
mean,
a
I
3-year
don't.
deal.
I don't hate it since I already have Netflix.
Right.
But I hated it when they put it on like all
Prime or
the
whatever,
Prime
Peacock.
or Peacock, and I'm like, I'm not going to download that or subscribe to that just to watch it. So no, I think it's fine. It's like what everybody's streaming right now anyway. So why not just go on one of the largest streaming platforms and have football? I mean,
Yes.
the NFL wants to dominate everything, every aspect of every date in the football season. They don't give a damn about the NBA. They sounds like they don't care about high school football not anymore and college football. Like they're willing to compete and take over all viewership across all platforms. So I guess it's on par with what the NFL wants to do.
Chris, this Netflix announcement was part of their upfront, right? The upfronts where they basically say
yeah.
what's coming up.
Uh-huh.
So Happy Gilmore 2 coming to Netflix. Will Ferrell, I don't know if this is for Netflix or not. Will Ferrell is going to play a fictional legend of the game golf in a comedy called Golf. That could be hilarious.
That'd be great, I bet.
Might feel like a newish kind of version of Happy Gilmore. We'll see what that is. HBO teased season 2 of The Last of Us, and they also unveiled a teaser for the HBO Max series Dune Prophecy.
Wow.
Maxo, do you know what that is?
I think it's a prequel to all the other Dune movies.
We could use, by the way.
And then last but not least, and look, I know when they started announcing these a handful of years ago, I think a lot of us got very skeptical. But after season 1 of House of the Dragon, I think a lot of us probably changed our opinion because that season was tons of fun. A Knight of the Seven Kingdoms, yet another Game of Thrones spinoff, comes out next year, Tommy Olsen. A
Really?
Knight of the Seven Kingdoms.
What's it about?
Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Right? I mean, it's same thing with House of the Dragon, right? It's like it's set at this time and it's about these people. Who cares? Just
Yeah.
show me some dragons. Let's go.
them dragons.
Season 1 was so much fun.
It's the best.
And
Are you
we're
rewatching yet?
3.5. I probably should.
Gotta fire it up.
I only remember the end,
That's all I
the oh
remember.
crap moment at the end of season 1.
Or when you catch him making out at her wedding. I was like, let's see.
Okay.
We get it, Tom.
You might need a nap today.
Dude, what we talking
You
about
might
off
need
air,
to
I
let
might-
the poison out.
Yeah, we talked about it off air.
Yeah.
T.O., you're the best, dude.
I love you guys. It's a big
Love you.
weekend. We're going to Colorado, so wish me luck.
For what? A wedding?
No, it's Seth's birthday.
We're in Colorado.
Denver. We've not. So I
Oh, it's the best.
I literally
sweet.
just
You gotta
looked
love
up places to go, and I said, let's go. to
Super
Denver.
fun.
Yeah,
So-
super fun. You'll love it.
Really?
Beautiful.
Yes. Denver is one
We're
of the
not like
coolest
doing anything like
Might be
hiking.
able to
cities in the
celebrate
world.
I mean,
moving on
you are
to
going to go up in the
next round.
mountains, right?
No, it's literally just partying in
No, you need to
downtown.
drive like at least an hour and a half in the
yeah,
mountains
yeah.
and come back.
Yeah,
Go drink in
Vail.
Breckenridge.
Yeah, go to
Yeah,
Vail.
That drive
Really?
to Breckenridge
Yes.
is worth it, man. It's the best
Yeah.
hour and a half drive, I think, in the United States.
The
It's
airport's
fantastic.
2 hours from the city, so you might as well keep driving.
Should I rent a car?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
very grown. I'm not that grown.
You can rent a car, big boy.
Yeah, you can. You're over
I am
25.
30. I'm 31.
Yeah, you can do it, buddy.
You probably should grow up.
Yeah, who's
I
at
am.
Red Rocks this week? And go see a show at Red Rocks and get hammered.
Hawks.
That's right
Yeah,
outside
it's
of Denver.
Weird name for a band.
Yeah.
So it's actually worth driving.
Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
It's
Denver is
spectacular.
Dude, you-
spectacular.
Yes.
When,
Oh, Zacco.
Hey, Zach's here. Hey,
Yes.
Tomers.
Yeah.
The saying "breathtaking" was made for a drive like that.
Well said.
It literally will take your
Yeah.
breath
To
away. You can't
Breckenridge
imagine
is-
what
it's a-
you will see.
Dude,
It's like an hour and a half, but it's worth it.
it's the most.
Then just-
It may be the best looking state in our 50s.
And the Union.
Yes, there are 50.
It is. It's probably the best looking state.
And you know what? Make her drive so you can look out the window.
And
Oh, yeah. And Zell.
okay, all right.
Salsa walk us through sports.
Love you,
Tommy
buddy.
Olsen, there he goes. Carly Zucker should be joining us shortly. Ben Leber is here. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on The Fan.
NFL schedule's out. Wolves play game 6 tonight. Ben Lieber's here. Tom LaRosa's behind me. I love you, brother. Good luck. Have a great trip, my friend. I'm wishing you all the luck in the world. You know I love you, my man. There he goes. And ladies and gentlemen, the breath of fresh air that is Carly Zucker is in the main
Hi,
studio.
Carly.
Hi.
Hi, holy moly, Tommy's volume is up to like
Yeah.
20 on this
And the
bad boy.
seat's probably as low as you could possibly get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No sweat though
Oh,
from the
well,
workout.
that's a real shocker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
he lost all of it yesterday.
Sorry, I was texting you. Probably woke you up yesterday. I didn't know you weren't.
No,
gonna be
no,
part of
I
the
was
golf
awake.
bag.
I needed to do some stuff with Sophia. She needed
Of
me
course, yeah.
yesterday,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I just had to focus on that.
Ben didn't do it because he didn't want to.
Yeah,
I really wanted to. I was about to text somebody and just be like, just pick for me, but I didn't know if you guys
Well,
would
the
do
problem
that.
is everybody just took long shots like way off the board that no
I
one's
did
ever
hear
heard
that.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be hard to track because these are probably names that you have never, ever, ever thought of. Like, what's his name again? The Swedish kid?
I mean,
starts with
especially
an A.
especially as a
Oldberg?
woman, there's no way I've heard
Oldberg?
about them.
Right.
Right.
Yo,
As
yeah.
a woman, yeah, in sports.
Of course.
Tiger
heard it.
Wads just teed off. Is that how you say it?
That's a terrible porn name.
You've seen it.
It's pretty good.
You think?
Zach could watch it.
Remember how Michael Block got the attention of the entire country last year? Because you're like, this club pro is just killing it.
That's a long shot.
He's 4 over through 4.
Oh. Well, Rosie's guy Donald is 1 under through 3.
But
Yeah,
that
he was gonna pick
that's
him.
a long shot.
Yeah, that was Rosie's
Yeah.
guy.
That's
Yeah.
Way off the
That's
board.
a way off the board pick.
We should do some sportsos
Sure.
because there's lots of things to talk about, and our main man meets us.
It's time for Fan 5 on the Power Trip, presented by All Around Property Preservation.
Maxo, tonight's the night. The Wolves trail Denver 3-2 in the series. Game 6 is tonight at 7:30. The Wolves are 2.5-point favorites in this winner-go-home game. Mike Conley is still questionable with that Achilles injury. The pregame starts at 7 on the Fan, and then you follow with Fan Line, Maxo.
Yes, sir. Hopefully Mike Conley can get back in the lineup, although I thought N'Keal Alexander-Walker played pretty admirably filling in for him on in Game 5. But, yeah, this is for all the marbles tonight. Probably the biggest game in franchise history. At least try to get it to Game 7, send it back to Denver against the champs. And I know, like we said it before Game 5, like they hadn't lost, 3 in a row all season. I can't really see them, but I really, truly cannot see them dropping 4 in a row with how good this defense is, with how resilient this team has been all season. But like we talked about before, it seems like Denver's kind of figured something out with this offense because, Game 4 was technically an 8-point loss, but they've really been dominating for all the last 3 games, and the Wolves haven't been close at all. But good news is, Anthony Edwards, they haven't had a complete game yet. They haven't had a game where everybody's firing in all cylinders and they still lose. This guy's had an off game here. Anthony Edwards had an off game there. So if they can put together a complete game, they can at the very least send it to Game 7.
Okay, so since the game was so late and we had baseball the other night, I didn't watch one single second of the game that they just played in Denver. Did we at least look like a put-together defense? And I know that you guys talked about Rudy and all that. Like, what is the deal? Like, it seems like they've made all the adjustments and we are still discombobulated on across the board. Like, what is happening?
They look like they've lost their cool.
Yes.
When they're playing.
Well, it looks like Denver's just figured something out, and the Wolves aren't making very many adjustments defensively. Denver's just such a well-coached, well-schemed team, and they're finding ways to get open. They're moving so well off the ball, and it's kind of the same thing that we talked about in Game 4. All of Denver's shots are wide open, clean looks, and the Wolves are fighting tooth and nail for every single one of theirs. The ball's getting sticky. They're not moving the ball around. Guys are just kind of standing around on offense. Save us. Somebody save us. It's a lot of ISO ball. And the Nuggets are a complete team. They're like an old rock band where, they know when this guy's solo starts and that guy's, drum solo starts and this and that. Like they know exactly what the other guy is going to do, and they're getting the most from their role players, and the Wolves just aren't. So, Karl Anthony Towns had a good bounce back game, but there wasn't a whole lot going on offensively for the Wolves. So, and defensively, Denver's figured it out. So I think they just got to load up and try to go as offensive minded as possible tonight.
So let me ask you and put you or everybody on the spot. Is it a lack of talent or is it a lack of scheme?
It's a lack of adjustment. It's a lack of scheme.
So it's coaching.
It's definitely not a lack of talent. This Wolves team is as deep as any other team we're after Game 2, we're talking about how much deeper and how much more talented this team was than Denver's team. So it's just, and ultimately Nikola Jokic is just shining that bright. He's just that good. He's making all the right decisions. It's kind of nice when you have one big supercomputer of a guy making all your decisions for your team. And he decided in Game 5 that he was going to be the scorer, and he absolutely just killed the Wolves, and in particular, Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, the Wolves have a better roster from top to bottom. They, as Maxo said, they just have the best player currently on the planet, and he can't be stopped. He's Thanos. He's just inevitable. There's nothing they can do to slow him down. They throw everything at him, and it doesn't work. They double team him, but then that leaves Gordon for the alley-oop. All of it. He can pass. He can do everything. He's like the perfect player, and they can't stop him.
Well, sorry. I was going to say, and I don't think this is the end of the world, but when you're in the playoffs, Cat's missing a free throw, and those things are critical and something he should be making in the playoffs, So when you're missing out on points like that, that matters as well.
So it seems like we got to play perfect ball tonight.
Yeah, they need a lot more from the ancillary guys. Anthony Edwards didn't have the best game last game, but they need a lot more from guys like Jaden McDaniels.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Thank you, and I'm trying to tell you, bro. Get back in the game tonight, brother. And they need more from Naz Reid. He only had 7 points. Kyle Anderson has just pretty much been a non-factor all around.
If Mike Conley plays, Kyle Anderson should not see the court.
Yeah.
Kyle Anderson is a liability. Offense and defense. He's a horrible passer.
But he hadn't been. Right? The last 2 games.
Maxo,
he's had a really roller coaster season. A lot of people were calling for him to be traded at the trade deadline. That didn't happen. His game kind of got a boost after that. Kind of seemed like that was, bothering him a little bit, but he's been pretty much a non-factor throughout this playoff run. And he can be a good passer. He can be a good defender. Even before this series, we're talking about he does pretty serviceable on Nikola Jokic, but he's pretty much just been going out there for a light jog for these last couple games. Yeah. He's not really having much of an impact, and the Wolves they need guys like that to step up. I know Kyle Anderson's not going to, just all of a sudden drop and give you like 30 points or anything like that, but we need more. We need more from him. We need more from Monte Morris. We need more from Naz Reid, 6th man of the year, who's had, a really good playoff run, but he only had 7 points the other night. And if guys aren't hidden, we need Chris Finch to kind of, pull them and make some lineup adjustments. So thank you, Gary.
See, here's the most Minnesota question of all time because we're fatalists. But if they get just run out of the gym tonight and they lose 4 straight and they lose the series 4-2, will you feel the same, better, or worse, or different if they find a way to win tonight and then lose in Game 7? So they still lose the series, but at least showed life. Is this classic Minnesota like, well, at least we gave it our best, or are you still going to be equally disappointed that we blew this with a 2-0 series lead?
I think we'll be equally disappointed because all they had to do was win one of those 2 home games, and it would have been a completely different series. They couldn't do that. Friday night, they were blown out of the gym in the first 5 minutes. The life was taken from all that crowd on Friday. Friday was the worst game they've played. Yeah. Everybody's pumped. It's the biggest game in 20 years in Target Center history, and they came out like they were drinking all day. It was that bad. That's the problem. I think we'll feel the same because then you go back to Denver, and what if you get smoked there? I mean,
I'd feel better if they put up a fight tonight and at least put it in Game 7. The way that they've played, it's not just that they've lost the last 3 games, it's that they've gotten absolutely trounced and had their asses handed to them in the last 3 games. I want to see them put up some fight, show a little bit of dog in them. Obviously, if they lose, they lose, but I would feel a little bit better if they've showed a little bit of fight. And again, like, nobody wants to hear this because they're the Wolves and they've been one of the best teams in the NBA all season. And we have really high expectations for them, but it's not like they lost to the Lakers. They're losing to the champs. It sucks. It's like Corey said, it should have been the Western Conference Finals. It sucks to have to encounter them in the second round, but it's not the end of the world to lose to the best team in the NBA.
But go ahead. Well, I was going to say it is how they're losing though.
Right.
That's
that's
the biggest thing. That's the bit. Like the first 2 games of the series, like everybody was saying, "Oh my gosh, they're going to win. They're going to be world champs." These last 3 games, they don't even look like they belong in the same league. Like not even on the same court. They don't even look like the same team. Denver's elevated themselves like 10 notches, and we've fallen backwards. Like that's the most disappointing part. Is like they don't even look like they look like a G League team out there.
And let's not forget, this was the number 1 overall seed for a majority of the season. We cannot just be happy with a second round loss, or be okay with it. They should be in the Western Conference Finals at least. That's what number 1 seeds do. That's what Boston is doing. They should be that. They should go that far.
Well, if we played the teams that Boston played, we'd be undefeated.
Sure.
I plan to learn everything from Sauce's tweets, and just
you can learn a lot from his tweets.
I'm going to learn everything from Sauce's tweets during the game.
So, are you going to watch tonight though, or not?
Yeah. Do you want to watch it? I thought you would
rather watch your own funeral than watch Game 6.
No, that was yesterday.
That was yesterday.
It's a new day.
Your funeral was yesterday.
Yeah, you missed it. Yeah. Well, you and my dad said you had a date or something. I don't know what you two
are you guys all going to get together tonight and watch it?
No, separate hotel rooms.
Yeah, we're not watching it.
You guys don't share hotel rooms together? That'd be so cute.
I sleep in my car.
Yeah, on purpose.
Budget issues.
Yep.
Vikings news is next. The schedule is out. Sauce did a big schedule release show last night with Nordo and Alec Lewis from 6:30 to 7:30 last night. Is that podcastable? If people want to hear that, it is. We'll do Vikings news after this. Ben Leber's here. Carly Zucker is here. This is The Fan.
Hey, I'm hitting the road in just under 2 weeks, heading across America, and you'll be able to hear me crystal clear.
Because
with
it's about you.
Shocks OpenComm 2 headphones.
What?
Equipped with 7th-gen bone conduction technology, Bluetooth connectivity, and boom microphone, it's the ideal choice for your headphone needs while on the go. Elevate your communication experience with Shocks OpenComm 2 headphones, now available at Pilot Travel Centers.
Wow. Good for you, Zacho.
So when do you leave? About 2 weeks from now? Is that what you said?
Week from tomorrow.
A week from tomorrow. Charge challenge punishment, flying to Philadelphia, and then driving all the way across the country to Los Angeles with multiple stops. It's going to take him about, 9 days?
Yeah, something like that.
9 days. It's quite the trek for young Zach Halverson. He
Good
was
luck,
a gal
Zacko.
older than Crystal Halverson, and it makes me laugh.
Been a lot, Lizard.
Crystal Halverson. Again, 98% chance Crystal Halverson would have had an OnlyFans page.
Yeah, man, there's no doubt.
It would have been good.
I would have paid for it.
Yeah.
Because I'm curious. That's one of the things people say about me.
And you paid $50 to see a lady act like a dog.
You asked me to do that.
No, that was Zach. He asked you to do that.
Someone asked me
Everybody asked you to do it.
And you did it.
We all wanted to
you
see
still
it.
pay
Peer
for
pressure.
Probably. I still play for Quibbly.
Quibbly.
Whatever it's called.
What was it? Quibby?
Yeah, whatever
Quibi.
it was. I'd pay for Quibbly, too.
Yeah. Whole town knows.
You know what I mean?
The whole tri-state area knows.
I got a little extra cash.
That's why you're going to Amsterdam.
That's right. I like it. If I don't try Quibbly now, when am I going to try it? Right, Carly?
But totally. If you want to transfer it to me, I'll take it.
Carly, I love you.
I love you too.
I've missed you
so much.
I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, we are deeply connected now.
We really are. Someday we'll talk about that maybe.
Yeah.
That'd be great. That could have been interpreted in a lot
Yeah,
of
that
ways.
was
Yeah, now I really want to know.
They committed murder and are going to take the secret to the grave, is what they're saying.
I buried
Apparently,
the body.
We're not good at secrets, though.
No, we are
apparently.
very terrible at
That's the
secrets.
truth, yeah.
No.
We're good at Vikings news.
It's time for Vikings news on the Power Trip, presented by
Radco, your truck accessory pro store.
Benjamin, the schedule is out. A whole bunch of noon games. Not a lot of primetime games for the Minnesota Vikings. Of course, we learned yesterday officially, even though most of us knew it a handful of weeks ago, that October 6th was the London game. But we did learn that the Jets are the opponent, and Chris scooped up a bunch of money. I didn't make that bet with you because I thought you had inside information. I thought you were scamming us. I thought you were Mark Rosening us.
I don't remember this bet.
Yeah, and
what
Power Trip
was I
Bets-
saying?
Power Trip Bets was correct on Twitter. You were the one that we should bet on who it is, and I'm like, this is a scam.
I know. So what did I take?
You took the Texans.
Houston,
and
you took the Texans.
I do remember that now.
Yep.
My
Okay.
sources say that a lot of people at the combine were tipped off that it was the Texans, but it may have switched. So it was the Texans, but I heard it switched.
Either way, Chris scooped up the money because
man,
it is
I'll
the
take it.
Jets in London. But your thoughts just in general and what you like, what you don't like. Is
Should
it
I
a tough
run through it
schedule?
at
It's an
all?
easy schedule. Yeah, let's go
you can
through
run
it.
through
let's
it.
go
Yeah,
through
why
it,
don't you do
Daddy.
that?
All right, we open on September 8th. Noon game at New York Giants.
Win.
September 8th.
It's a Sunday.
Yeah, I just said that.
He said September.
I think he said win.
I said win.
He just doesn't pronounce words
win.
easily.
I
I
said
said
when.
win. I said you're saying it's a
Oh,
win.
that will
Okay,
be
cool.
a
got it.
double.
Yeah, gotcha.
I'm the meat sauce interpreter.
Open it on the road.
See, wait a minute. I'm an interpreter with a gambling problem.
Yes.
You certainly are.
Just realized that.
Jail time is your
Jail time
next
for me.
step.
Well, who cares at this point?
Well, plenty of sex in prison. Then you got two home games, September 15th, September 22nd, both noon games against the 49ers first, then the Texans. Ooh.
Oh, toughie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two toughies.
I mean, I said this last night on our show, if you care to go back and listen, but it's not out of the question that it will be a Houston Texans, San Francisco 49ers Super Bowl.
I think Texans come back to earth a little bit in year two.
Yeah.
Oh, they're loaded. That's a
They are loaded.
football
Care to
team.
make a wager on the Texans?
Like they'll
I
go
don't
to
know.
the Super Bowl?
Sure.
Well, how about I'll take the over on the over-under.
What's the over-under?
I don't know. I thought
I
you'd
bet it's
know.
11 or 12.
I'm going to
let
go
me
on
look.
a limb, Core.
You're going to take somebody way off the board?
Way off the board.
And?
I'll take the 49ers and the Chiefs.
I don't know.
No one's guessing that.
I actually will. We need to think about this. I actually think that the Niners are going to have a little fall from grace this year.
I agree with you.
So I don't know if they're going to be as good, but I'm with you on Houston. I think Houston's going to be one of the top teams this year.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Then we go week 4, September 29th, to Chicago. To Green Bay for a noon game. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. And then the next week, October 6th, and Carly, you need to head to London for the Jets as a home game, one of our home games. That'll be 8:30 a.m. locally here, October 6th, live from London.
What can I do to work for the Vikings for a couple days just to go to London? Massage therapist.
Yeah, sure, for sure.
Yeah, there you go.
I know
Yeah.
that the broadcast staff could use that.
Heck
We've been
yeah.
talking about it for years.
Oh.
I'm in.
Yeah. Then we got a bye week right after London, which is the way it should be. And then you got noon game home versus the Lions on the 20th. Then the Thursday game on October 24th against the Rams, 7:15 Thursday night.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's going to be That'll be a little bit of a tough turnaround. We have obviously gearing up for the Lions. That'll be a huge game at home, and then we'd basically just jump right on the road and go to LA for that Thursday night game.
Yeah.
So, but we get that baby bye afterwards to play the next team.
Yeah, which is Indianapolis. That'll be a home game, and then 3 road games at Jacksonville, at Tennessee, at Bears.
Ridiculous.
Not so bad.
That's not terrible.
Not bad at all.
It's not
you
bad.
don't have, there's like no other back-to-back road games throughout the season.
That's interesting because I kind of look at the London game as a road game.
Yeah.
even though-
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I
It
know
is
what you're
technically a home game, but Chris is right.
Yeah.
I mean, it probably is a little bit of an advantage to the Vikings, but it's still a big-time road game for
Yeah.
both.
saying. Yeah. 3 home games after the 3 road games: the Cardinals, the Falcons, the Bears on Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought the Falcons game would be earlier on in the season.
I did
Not
too.
week 1, but like week 6, something like that.
Yeah. I'm a little worried about that game in the fact that Cousins truly will be healthy by that time of the season.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
he might be
But
injured
again, we might find our groove as well. Who knows? I mean, I'm expecting McCarthy to be in that game.
And let me say this as well: Cousins might not be the quarterback even if he is healthy.
Yeah. I said, yeah.
I don't know what they're going to do there.
If he's healthy and you're giving him $50 million a year the next 2 years, I think you almost have to.
you
have
have
him
to
in there.
play him.
Yeah, but I don't know the money, how much money it was in, but didn't the Seahawks, when they drafted Russell Wilson, just paid Matt Flynn a ton of cash?
Yeah.
And they started a
Forgot that name.
third round quarterback over Matt Flynn, who they just gave a ton of money to.
Just $50 million.
Yeah, but this is a lot of money.
It's a lot.
It's a lot of money.
And it's not like Matt Flynn was one of those guys that had a breakout
He
year.
played one good game.
Exactly. And then they basically overpaid him. You signed Kirk Cousins because you think you're a quarterback away to compete for a Super Bowl. You're going to wait till you know that window is closed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Wasn't Kirk asked? I thought you guys talked about that situation. Like, would he still have signed?
Yeah.
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 said
And
he
he said he
didn't talk
doesn't,
in hypotheticals.
doesn't deal in
Which is the right
hypotheticals.
answer.
Yeah.
And that's a
Right.
no.
It's a good
I would-
Kirk answer.
Argue that he does.
After Monday Night Football, yeah, I know. Chicago
I
at
already
home. Then we go to Seattle on the 22nd. We're home for the Packers on the 29th, and then at Detroit, to be determined when and what day in the final game of the season. That is your Viking schedule for the season. And by the way, the preseason will be at the Raiders, and I should say home against the Raiders, at Cleveland, at Philadelphia, which is cool because I get to go to Cleveland, and it's the last stadium I've never been to.
That's
is it
sweet.
really?
Yep, not been to that stadium.
Yeah, it's cool. It's a cool stadium.
I'm looking
It's kind of
forward to it.
old, but it's kind of cool stadium.
Saucy, the over-under on the Houston Texans for 2024 is 9.5, so they would have to get to 10-7.
I'll take the over.
I haven't looked at the schedule yet, but I think that they're going to be. I think they're going to be a highly competitive team. For our situation, not an easy out at all. Even though that we get them at home, that is a high flying offense right there, and their defense is going to be rolling too.
I'll take the over if you want the under. Power Trip Bets texted me this an hour ago. As of right now, the Vikings are underdogs in 14 of their games. They're
Yeah.
only favored in 3 of them.
Yeah.
I would definitely, like you guys talked earlier when you guys started the show, I would take the Vegas line. I'd hammer the over for the Vikings,
Which
wins.
is 6.5.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Did you decide to put $500 on it with me yet there, Saucy? 500, make you hundy. I don't know.
I mean,
I couldn't take it either, Ryan.
I think there's a very good chance they start 1-4.
Well, then take the under. Bet
Take it.
Chris.
Go ahead, baby. Talk him into it, Carly.
Do it.
You're
Why
very
not?
persuasive.
Yes,
ma'am.
Go for it.
Kiss me.
Let's do it.
What do you think they are going to be going into the bye week after the Jets game?
Yeah,
5 games.
1-4.
1-4.
Yeah.
Do you want to do the bet together?
You and I take the under?
Yeah.
So both of
250
you,
a person?
Sure.
that means I'm the only one putting up $500.
More to win.
Yeah, more to
You
win.
can get a partner.
Ben, you believe in the
partner,
Vikings, or
Ben.
can you not
Will
bet
you
on
be
the
my partner
Vikings?
too, Carly?
Yeah.
You'll be
I'll be
my
on
partner.
both.
In what capacity?
Can you bet on the over? Are you allowed to bet?
I don't
on-
know why I couldn't.
I guess I don't know why you couldn't either.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know.
I wonder if you can.
I don't know if I can. Honestly, I don't know if I can. I think
Yeah, I don't know.
I think a friendly bet off air, absolutely. I mean,
right.
they can. But me publicly betting on
Don't know.
them, I don't think that I should do that.
Come on, roll over, buddy.
And I certainly don't think that I could
Why
go
are
to
you
Vegas
nodding
and put.
so
Yeah.
emphatically?
Why are you throwing cash all over?
Yeah, these cameras aren't on right now,
No,
right?
they're not yet.
Not until 8 o'clock?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, KOC talked about the schedule thanks to our friends at Vikings.com. Here he talks about seeing the schedule for the first time.
You look at what's the early travel, like where, when do we get to open up the great U.S. Bank Stadium and welcome our fans in to see our team in 2024 and find that Thursday game. This year we've got the great experience of going to London, in week 5 there, and you wonder where the bye is and just where those things are from a standpoint of my job of planning out every minute leading into every single one of those games.
Ben?
Yeah.
If you had to put an over-under on what week J.J. McCarthy started, what would you put it at?
Number 2.
Oh, come on, Dwight Hockey. Now is not the time for that.
Week 12, 13.
J.J. Mack.
I don't know. When I look at the schedule and maybe just the way the development is and the way we hope that Sam Darnold really takes off in this offense, if the team struggles and is not doing very well, I don't think that you could start. I don't think it's wise to start JJ on the road with a 3-game road stretch in the middle of the season.
Yeah.
I think the bye week is certainly too quick for him to come in there, and then he's got to face the Lions at home would be his first game out of the bye. I just think that you roll with Darnold, you see how he does, and then you get through that 3-game road stretch, and then maybe that Sunday, December 1st versus the Cardinals, you give him the rest of the season.
I mean, he's got to be the quarterback when they play the Falcons.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. I think the over-under is week 7. Because I think they're 1-4, whatever, out of those first 5 games. And then you give him the bye week because you don't start him in London, and he plays against Detroit at home in a quieter stadium.
It's possible.
One more from KOC. I hear he talks about the opening few games before the bye.
Going to New York in the opener, a team that only added to a pretty darn good defense, through free agency and the draft. No more electric environment last year than that Monday night game against the Niners. I'm sure they'll be looking forward to coming back and trying to get back at us for getting them last year. Houston Texans with what DeMeco Ryans doing in year 1 to reach the playoffs and really solidify that team as an exciting team that's got a chance to really make some noise. So you really look at those first 3 games. They're going to be games we're going to have to play well in.
Yeah, I agree. From a fan standpoint, you look at our home games, and they get treated to a lot of fun teams.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a ton of talent that are going to be at U.S. Bank Stadium. The only team that, because of the timing of the year and all this other stuff, the only team that may not have the most excitement is that Cardinals game. Mm-hmm. And you have a little bit of the Gannon coming back, but he wasn't, I don't think, a super popular coach when he was here. So it's not like Mike Zimmer coming back to U.S. Bank Stadium.
If you get a healthy Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr., that's kind of exciting.
Well, that's the thing. If they're rolling and they're having a good season at that point in the year, then it's going to be a lot of fun. But overall, I would say of the home games that we're having at U.S. Bank Stadium, that's the one that you could probably put at the bottom of interest for everybody. Everything else is awesome. San Fran, are you kidding me?
I know.
And then we get C.J. Stroud and that Houston Texans, and then we have a little bit of a break, and then of course the Lions, and then the Colts with Richardson. Who knows how they're going to look, but they're going to be probably a contending team.
This is a tough schedule.
It's a tough schedule.
On paper, again, it's stating the obvious. None of us know until the actual week of with injuries and stuff. But man, on paper, this is not an easy schedule.
No,
makes sense that it's 6.5.
And I don't even care if we're out of the playoffs by the time we get to that Falcons game. That stadium's going to be rocking.
No doubt.
Oh, yeah.
No
right?
doubt.
Yeah.
He's coming
If
back
Kirk
to
is
town.
upright.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's the
If
difference.
Kirk is
right?
upright,
Doesn't matter if it's McCarthy or Darnold
No, doesn't
or
matter at all.
Mullins. It doesn't matter. It's going to be let's get him 1,000 times.
yeah.
Hey,
Let's
Benzo,
sack him.
We play in Los Angeles on a Thursday night, which means we'll get there on Wednesday and have a Wednesday night in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
I know. It's just that, where we are though. That's the thing. That's like it kind of sucks.
I hope we don't stay there again.
Yeah, what area do you stay in? In LA.
Yeah, like there's a
didn't we stay like right by
right by SoFi.
Right by SoFi.
Yeah, right.
It's not a great
Odd
area to
area.
hang in. Yeah.
I don't even know if there's but if anybody's out there like, I wonder what city we should go to for a game. Not for the game, but for the city. Go to see Tennessee. Go to
I was going to say
go to
the
Nashville,
Titans,
man.
yeah.
That's an away game Sunday, November 17th. It'll start getting chilly here. It's a noon game. Great city to go have a good time in. I would go to Nashville for a road trip if you're not going to London.
Yeah, I mean the thing is, like, if you want to go to see New York City and all that stuff, opening game, that's a perfect time of year to go. It's maybe a little hot, but that's a fun time. And for us personally and selfishly, I mean, we stay in New Jersey because that's where both teams, that's where they're headquartered and play. Which I mean, it's kind of a misnomer. Nobody plays or lives in New York. So I love the hotel that we were at the last time. I mean. We stayed right on the water.
It's beautiful, man.
It's beautiful. Like
right there.
My hotel room looked right in downtown Lower Manhattan.
I remember I was looking in your window. You know what else, Ben? For the second year in a row, 0 cold weather games.
I know.
That's sweet.
At Chicago, November 24th. Could be chilly. That's it. None.
Yeah.
I know. It could be 50 degrees, too. That's the weird thing. Like, I'm not worried about that one. I'm not worried about Seattle. Seattle will probably be,
rainy.
Maybe a little misty and probably high 40s, but that's doable, right?
No holiday games.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Sorry,
no, that's fantastic. And again, that's completely because they don't think the Vikings are going to be that good this year. I'm trying to look at the 3 games, Sauce, that we're favored in, because you said Bet said we're underdogs in 14 of the 17. My guess is we're dogs at the Giants. Definitely dogs against the Niners.
Yep.
Dogs against the Texans. Dogs at Packers.
Yep.
Probably dogs against the Jets
They
in
already
London.
are. They're 3-point
So there's
underdogs.
5 straight.
Really?
Yes.
Then hosting the Lions, we're going to be dogs there. I assume we're the dogs at the Rams.
Yeah. Yep.
So what is it, the first 7 games?
Yep.
At Indianapolis, probably underdogs.
No, Indianapolis is home.
Oh, does it say at on the website?
That's on the website. It says at Indy.
Yeah.
That's the home game?
Indy's home.
Okay.
That's why I screwed it up on that text chain.
Same. I
Got
screwed it up on the
So are we still, I guess that might be close?
I bet you we're favored.
We're favored at home against the Colts, I bet, yeah.
At Jacksonville.
We got to be favored at Jacksonville, too.
At Tennessee, I bet we are, too.
I think they're so
Bears,
overhyped.
Cardinals.
I'm with you.
I don't know. Yeah, there's a couple of games that I'm like, man, I guess 3-ish or so.
Arizona, we got to be favored.
Yeah, I think that 3-game stretch we should be favored. Colts, Jags, Titans, even though Jags and Titans are on the road, I bet you we're favored.
The Falcons will be favored week 14 because it's a noon game.
We'll see.
You
We
just
got to
love
figure
that
out
bit.
our bet, man.
That's it. Tommy says he's in, by the way. He's going to take my side if you guys want.
All right, we're in
The
that.
two
We're
of you
double-
versus
yeah.
Tommy and
We'll
Hawk.
take the under.
Pair
Yeah.
betting.
Yeah.
Is this
Yeah.
for the first time?
Kind of, yeah. It's
I like
$2.50
it.
a
Nice
piece.
pair betting.
Let's do it.
I liked it instead of just saying Tommy's betting Sauce $2.50 and Carly's betting Chris. It's a duo.
Yeah, I'm
It's
in.
a duo. Teams.
Yeah, you guys are together.
Team
Tommy and I
betting.
are teaming up.
Fan 5 is next. 8 o'clock hour of the Power Trip Morning Show will feature headlines and more with Carly and Ben after this on The Fan.
The Fan.